I made a major sort of life change in the spring of this year in that I left a job I'd been in for almost 12 years in a company I'd worked for 19. And I made that decision after, probably a couple of years of soul searching and trying to figure out, was this what I wanted to continue to do? And coming to the realization that no, I needed to make a professional change because I wasn't being challenged, I wasn't being given opportunities for continued professional, personal growth within that job itself. And so, fortunately, with the support of my husband, I decided to leave the job without having anything to go to. Being at a crossroads in my professional life where, and I've had this happen to me before, where it was like, okay, I know I don't want to continue to do this, what do I want to do next? Maybe I need to figure out my purpose in order to help guide me in that direction. So for me, purpose means sort of my meaning. What is the point of me being on this earth? What brings my life meaning? And it doesn't have to be just work related. It can be through volunteerism or family or friends or whatever, community, whatever it is that encompasses that for you. And so it's sort of after I left my job in the spring, I had some time to try to say, okay, now, what do I want to do next? I got to figure out my purpose. And it was in asking myself that question that I started to come to the realization that I already knew my purpose, and it was in looking backwards. For me, after Steve Jobs died, I remember there was a link on social media about watching him do a commencement speech at Stanford a number of years ago. And in the speech he said, and this really resonated for me, he said, I never had a goal to do what I'm doing, to build these products and to have this company. I never did. I started to do one thing, and then it opened doors and led to something else, and then they opened doors and led to something else, and I kept sort of doing the next logical thing, whatever that was, and taking advantage of opportunities as they presented themselves. And it's only in looking back that I can see how those things are connected, how they are dots in this path. And I thought to myself when I heard him say that years ago, wow, that's really resonates with me. So in the spring, I started to look back and go, okay, what are my dots? Like, what do I connect all of the jobs I've had, the volunteer work that I've done, what do I connect that to? And for me, it became clear that my purpose is to improve the lives of people and organizations. And in looking back, I was able to go, okay, yeah, so all these things I can see the jobs I've done have been toward that purpose. So now I know my purpose. Here I am, I'm unemployed and trying to figure out what next. And I still don't have that figured out yet. So for me, having a purpose doesn't necessarily mean that you know what you're going to do with it.
So what's it like for you to be in a place where you know your purpose, but you don't know what the next chapter looks like?
It's uncomfortable. It's uncomfortable because I've always done something, paid, unpaid, that connects to that and moves me forward in some way. So it's uncomfortable not knowing what that next thing is. And I'm not willing to just do anything. When you're young, you're starting out, you're probably more willing to take on jobs or do things that you don't quite know what the point is other than to make an income or because, it's aligned with your education or whatever. But I'm at the point in my life where, I have less years of work ahead of me than are behind me. And so I want to do something for me that is going to be fulfilling and challenging and learning and growth opportunities. So to sit in the fact that I'm not willing to just do anything for the sake of doing something is uncomfortable. Sense of self is also tied to what you do to some extent.
For sure.
Right?
For sure.
In your job. So, but I'm really trying to step back and not rush it. And to honor the journey and the process and to try to do things, say yes. For me, that's uncomfortable, right? To say yes to things like this. Stay on purpose.
Thank you again.
That push me. Because it's easier to say no and stay in one's lane, one's comfort zone. And this ties to my purpose, right? To try to help improve the lives of people, organizations. So it's aligned with my purpose in being involved in this event, but not having identified what I want to do next. For me, it's about more than just a job. I'm trying to live really, it's hard, trying to live in the moment, trying to be open, trying to take advantage of learning opportunities, trying to weigh, the pros and cons, trying to sort of balance out the head and the heart, right?
Yeah.
That intuition and the logic. It's hard because I'm usually a logical person. I think the other piece of this that I want to somehow convey to people on the day is people may already know their purpose without knowing it. And so it's like this, I think we have this misdirection around thinking that, oh my God, like, I have to, it's like, how do I put it? It's like that idea that you have to have a goal, right? That somehow there's this world, you have to have a passion that drives what you do. You have to figure out what your passion is in order to do work that is meaningful to you, in order to figure out what you're going to do and what degree you're going to pursue or what education you're going to pursue, if not, or blah, 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 job-wise. And that idea that you have to know, I think, stops a lot of people in their tracks. When is it that it made your heart sing? When is it that you felt your most authentic self? When is it that you had energy in doing what you're doing? When is it that you had a moment of feeling like, oh, I don't want to be anywhere else but, or whatever.
Yeah.
Those are the things that are the dots you need to go back and connect.
Join us in January. We're all on various stages of uncovering our own purpose. This event will be a day of stories and discovery that will work to make a very high level and at times hard to understand topic relatable and uncomplicated. We hope to see you there.